Welcome to In Depth with Academia. Everyone, I'm Richard Price, thrilled to have you joining me today as we unravel the world of academia one paper at a time. Today we've got an intriguing piece authored by Alina Santiago to discuss. It's a paper that's a bit of a journey, so let's dive right in. Alright, let's get into it. This paper, authored by Alina Santiago, tackles a problem that has fascinated, perplexed, and, well, even divided people for decades. It's the dynamic interaction of science and conspiracy theories, especially those circulating in the realms of social movements and ideological groups. Now, why is this significant, you might be wondering? Well, here's the deal. With the spread of information, or sometimes misinformation, at the speed of light on the internet, understanding how conspiracy theories develop and influence public perception is just crucial. They can shape beliefs, affect political landscapes, and sometimes even delay scientific progress. Fascinating, right? This is particularly relevant as, in today's information age, separating myth from fact is more challenging than ever. Santiago's work is an academic exploration that attempts to bridge this gap, mainly examining these influences within a political and historical context, which can provide us with lessons on counteracting misinformation. Now, let's move on to the methods and findings of Alina's study. Yeah, the juicy part. Basically, the paper adopts a qualitative approach, employing historical analysis and discourse analysis to understand the narratives within political groups like the Partido Socialista Puertorriqueño, an influential force in Puerto Rico's political scene during the last century. If you're wondering what Alina found, one key insight is the role of rhetoric and narrative conventions in shaping group identity and what they call chosen truths. These truths are shaped, reinforced, and sometimes exaggerated to align with an ideological stance. The study suggests this crafting of narratives can lead to a form of collective identity that thrives on opposition. Doesn't this remind you of something? Maybe even the dynamics on social media today? Oh, speaking of social media, it reminds me of this one cat meme I saw. I mean, how do these things just keep us scrolling, right? Anyway, back to the paper. So Santiago goes on to highlight how this dynamic can hinder constructive dialogues and sometimes prevent the adoption of beneficial scientific advancements. Mind-boggling, isn't it? In terms of conclusions, the paper nudges us to reflect on how these narratives we craft, knowingly or unknowingly, impact society, especially in how we identify and align ourselves against opposing groups. It doesn't offer solutions per se, but it opens up a dialogue, one we truly need, to examine bias and authority in narratives. Remember, folks, academic papers like this offer insights, not absolute truths. They're a starting point for deeper exploration and reflection. Santiago's work encourages a critical view, urging us to consider not only what we believe, but also why we believe and whom it's truly serving. As we wrap up today, imagine the possibilities. If we could apply the lessons from papers like Alina's more broadly, encouraging dialogue, challenging misconceptions, and fostering a culture of curiosity and understanding. What a world that could be, right? So, yeah, let that sink in, and next time you're faced with a perplexing narrative, remember, it might just be a crafted story shaping perspectives worthy of a second look. On that note, we're out of time today. I've thoroughly enjoyed diving into this conversation, and I hope you did too. This is Richard Price from In Depth with Academia, thanking you for exploring with me. Stay curious, stay informed, and as always, question what you think you know. Until next time, you